Hey, you guys. Okay, it is 11 o'clock on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, it's after 12, which means that I have hit, okay, not quite, my 2 year sobriety birthday. I I was really nervous about being here and I wanted to do a quick live stream. Listen, I did a live stream earlier. I felt that some things needed to be addressed. However, since I have not been making commentary like that, I wanted to come back and do another live stream that speaks to my new audience, to my supporters, the people that have rocked with me. What's good? Oh my goodness, Danaya. Hi. I forgot to make my collagen water. We're gonna have to drink some collagen before it's all said and done. But we got some stuff to talk about. We're gonna talk about sobriety. We're gonna talk about some of the things that I wish I would have learned, why I had that stream earlier, and I'm here for the people that was with me and that stayed with me through some really tough times. As far as everybody else, listen, if I wanted a bunch of people in my chat, I could easily go off, have some beef and stuff like that. I'm not talking to those people, okay? This stream is for people that have supported me. I don't have a problem with anybody coming to my chat. However, we're going in a different direction, all right? Because I did not come this far to waste it arguing with people that I'm never going to meet, that only benefits from fighting with me because I don't benefit. All right. I got my subscribers a different way. And I'm not talking to those people. I'm not talking to people that intentionally misunderstand me, intentionally gaslight me, and that tell me that my feelings don't matter. I want to speak to the people that are like me, that's here trying to give you guys good commentary, that will I'm transparent, I'm open, and I'm not going to let other people come into this space that want to try to put that down. All right. And if I find out that somebody is in this space, I don't care about other people's commentary. All right. I'm going to look at the chat in a second. But if you are somebody that I support and that's a friend, that we can't have that, because it's called boundaries. And one of the things that happened with sobriety, this has been a journey, is that I have boundaries. I don't need closure. I'm gonna make my commentary for understanding. I will grant people conversations and stuff like that, but at the moment I don't feel that it's sincere and it's going in a different direction, it does not mean I do not like a person. It just means that our time has ended, our journey together has ended. I will still show up in chats and stuff like that, but can you be a moderator? Can you be in my personal space? Absolutely the fuck's not. Okay, now let me greet y'all. Yeah, it's like we're gonna keep it. I mean, no, we're gonna keep it moving. Thank you, my friend. Have you worn your jewelry yet? Yes, I have. Danaya sent me a beautiful gift. Me and my daughter. Some of y'all saw that stream. I have worn it. I love it. I have it packed now, but she makes jewelry and it was really special. Thank you so much, my friend, for sending it to me. She does great work. She has a great channel and she rocks with me. I love the gift. I thought it was really sweet. I had to give you my new address, not for you to send me anything, but because you are a friend and we do correspond like that. I appreciate her. What's good, Edgar? What's good, 2020 twin? You look cool in your sobriety. Keep doing you, sis. Thank you, Terry. You're about to hit 15,000 subscribers. Let's get it. Oh, we've been growing. Yeah, we definitely have. Thank you. Hey, Risa. What's good? So about to hit 2 years sobriety. Some of the things that I wish I would have learned sooner was to not allow so many people in your personal space. That's something I will tell you guys right now. There's just so much that has happened, and there's certain people that will go through stuff, and I feel that as a community we don't really support each other like that. So I wanted to build a community where we do support each other. And I gotta tell you, there's still good and bad days, but the thing about it is I am in my right mind to deal with stuff. All right. It took a long time for me to be comfortable in my own skin. It took a long time for me to say, you know what, I am worth it. I don't need other people. And I had a lot of people in my life that was just benefiting from me, benefiting from my misery. And when I would go through stuff, I feel when I would go through things, crazy stuff, I was always told to be, it was like if I expressed myself, it was just used as commentary. And if you guys notice, when I go through things, I wait because I don't need to benefit. I will not respond when a person wants me to respond ever. I will respond when I feel that I need to respond. I feel that sobriety is a flex. I feel that I did the work that I needed to do. Now, a lot of people want to bring up my past and want you guys to remember me that way because they need to see me that way, all right? Because it was highly profitable. I'm sorry I'm not looking at my... Is that Lisa? Lisa, check to see if that's Lisa. I think it is. Let me read her comment. Hello, Misunderstood. I just want to say I have no issues with you. Congratulations on your sobriety. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you. Oh, that was really sweet. That was sweet. That meant a lot to me. Thank you. Okay. Where was I? I've been through a lot of stuff. But I am not the only one. There's people on here that go through things. And when they're going through some very real life experiences, other people would take that and make commentary about it, right? And then for me, I just had a lot of people that just wanted something. I've taken care of a lot of people. I have been a friend to a lot of people, only for those people to turn on me, only for people to want more and more. All right, I know what I'm talking about. I'm in my right mind. And other people wanted to paint me as this vulnerable, fragile person that needed everybody to defend her, to coddle her. Hell no, I have a mouth. I choose not to engage with a lot of people, especially now. I choose not to go back and forth because I understand commentary and how this shit works. I'm not going to do that. All right. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that there has been a lot of growth. I feel that people really get harmed on these apps. You have to be careful who you let into your life. All right. I didn't realize that in the beginning. I wondered, why was I going through so many things? I'm just talking to you guys. I could care less what people think about this live stream. Some of you that know what I'm talking about will follow what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people that was just there. Chats full, all that kind of shit. But who are they talking about in you? You know, the things that I went through as far as, let's just take my kids being taken away, for example. How dare they bring that up the other day? My kids were taken away because I did not let somebody hit my link. And I had to fight the CPS system to get them back. I took hair follicle tests, drug tests. I did that for 3 months straight. And that probably went on for about a year as far as the drug testing. I passed every single test. But also another person can make commentary about it. So when I tell you that I have been through a lot, I have been through a lot and I have overcome a lot of stuff. I'm not a weak person. I just don't feel that everybody is worth the conversation. I feel that sobriety is the coolest thing that I ever could have done because I took something that was harming me, that was making me not able to speak well and defend myself. And I just went through a lot of things, but some people don't understand addiction. Some people don't understand that it comes from trauma or being broken. And so, yes, I did a lot of things, but there was a lot of people that was flocking to me during that time under the guise of helping me. And when you are harmed by another person and told that you can't speak out about it, you know, it just makes it so other people will harm that person. And all they have to do is say, oh, well, so-and-so did it. And so then as a woman, you are discredited. And the guy is like, and it can go for guys to whomever. Something happens, and then all of a sudden you see you going through the same cycle and the same cycle, and you don't realize that people are just flocking to you. They know that all they have to do is say, this happened to you before, and then no one's going to care, and people will just keep meeting you. So it really is important to be sober-minded. It really is important to learn from the lessons, or else you're going to keep going through the same thing. And I went through a lot of the same things for years. So when I tell you it's not hard for me to walk away from somebody, when I tell you it is not hard for me to just let somebody curse me the F out and I don't need to respond, it is because I have learned from the stuff that I went through. And I understand that some people would rather go off on me than talk about what's really happening in their life. And when you find yourself in a situation to where, damn, things don't feel good, your friends don't make you feel good, sometimes you have to walk away. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but the few of you that's listening, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can understand what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes you don't need closure. Your closure is y'all last conversation. And a lot of our friendships are toxic. They're toxic. We have people, listen, if you have to constantly give to somebody else, if you have to constantly be there for somebody else, but you see they're not really there for you, you can't be your worst self around them. Y'all understand what I'm saying? All right. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't. You can't be your best self. Thank you, JoJo. You can't be your worst self around them because they're going to exploit that. Maybe use it for commentary. Try to judge you. Is that a toxic friendship? I know there's a situation where, you know, I had someone come to my house, rob the house, go into my safe, do a whole bunch of horrible stuff as I was trying to deal with addiction. I had a bunch of women attack me, tell me that I don't have the right to speak about it. I owe these people apologies. I didn't owe anybody apologies. The problem is we live in a community, all right? When you tell somebody else they need to be silent and not speak about what is happening to them, then you put that person in a position to where things will just keep happening, and you silence their voice. Instead of looking at that person that is doing something to somebody else that you know is obviously wrong, we tell them to be quiet, and we make it seem like they're the problem instead of dealing with the problem. And I feel that these things happen in families, they happen in households where you see abuse and everybody looks the other way. They look the other way and make it seem like the person that things are happening to can't speak out. I'm here, I'm happy, I'm sober, but I'll be damned if those things happen to me today. Okay, I'll be damned if I do not speak out, whether I like you or not, and I see something that's not cool, and you want me to be quiet so everybody else can be comfortable. I'd rather everybody else hate me. Okay, I don't need anybody for anything that wants me to go along with the crowd. I don't need that kind of stuff. I told you, if I want people in my chat, I know how to get people in my chat. I could take any one of my experiences. I could take anybody that I fell out with and make commentary about it. But then I will be wasting my time and I will be wasting your time, because at the end of the day, none of those things matter. The only thing that matters is how are you doing today? I don't care about your past. A lot of people care about my past. My past don't have a damn thing to do with them. The way I raise my kids don't have a damn thing to do with any of you unless I'm harming my kids. My kids are well taken care of. How dare anybody come out here, especially that got great grandkids, and want to talk about how I raise my kids. My kids are healthy, and I feel that some of us are paying attention to the wrong thing. Some of you have goals or you want to grow your channel, but because you want so-and-so to like you, you go along with the get along. I'm not judging you, because at one time I had people in my life where I didn't quite like what they were doing, but I didn't want to rock the boat. I thought that if I just, you know what, I talked to them about it. No, now today I will not befriend you if you are talking about fighting kids or no, with your grown asses. No, I won't do it. Why? Because I feel that, number one, we're grown and there's no reason. I don't care if you're in the sector and you're saying that anything goes. These kids are defenseless. Kids with autism are defenseless, geniuses, but instead they're commentary. And you want me to be quiet about it just so I can be liked? No, I don't need y'all to like me, okay? Somebody's got to say it. You want to talk about the kids, you want to talk about the next generation when these older people are not going to be here. So if we attack the older generation, who's going to take care of us? And the problem is people don't want to grow up. Begging is not a flex. It's not. Even in the thick of my addiction, y'all. Danae, I'll tell you about that on the back end. Even in the thick of my addiction, I didn't come out here asking for anything. I came out here helping as many people as I could. Now, were there mistakes made? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm a Black woman. Pizarro, we back. Oh, Pizarro, we do need to have a conversation, but I can't have a conversation right now. I came out here helping a lot of people, only to have that thrown in my face as being weak, as dumb, I should give more. And then when I stopped, I'm in my space now. I'm over here because I need to do what I need to do to take care of Emu. When I stopped taking care of people that had all kinds of problems, I was called a bad friend. I was called all kinds of stuff. When I genuinely care about you guys, all right? You know what I'm saying? And it's too bad that a lot of those things get lost. I feel that if you have something that is affecting your life, I don't care what it is, anytime that you change that, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I couldn't keep going the way that I was going. When I tell you guys that I was dying, that I was not well, there was a few people who would be on the phone with me through those hospital visits. There's a few people that would be, that would call me. And I'm not saying that I expected that, but I'm saying that some of you know what it truly got to be here. So when I'm telling you that there's some things that's causing us harm. No, I'm talking about before. Hey, Crack Smoke. Hey, Mary. When I'm telling you that, so I'm not about to let anybody paint me as this weak person. I feel that the conversation I had earlier, I needed to have, because there's been too many people that have come over here either, okay, let me meet Misunderstood to fall out with her. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. To grow my channel. Let me create this beef with Misunderstood. I'm like, wait a minute. So when I heard a person say that I'm angry or I have a back and forth with somebody, I don't have a back and forth with anybody. So don't try to paint that picture, because now that I'm getting my life on track, I went to school, finished a program. Damn. Now I'm in another program, and I needed to go to school because there's only so much about addiction that I can tell you. I could tell you my personal experiences, but when it came to other stuff, I couldn't talk about it. So I needed to finish a program, because when you are addicted, especially to something like methamphetamines, you go through a phase called tweaking, right? If you know what I'm talking about, you might know. I don't know. And you don't finish stuff. So I needed to finish the program. And I don't want to bring this person's name up in the middle of this commentary, but I'm going to say it because she jumped on my link. Brianna Simone. I remember I was about to quit. And Brianna Simone is somebody who I do support her weight loss journey. I support her journey. She goes to school. I remember when I wanted to quit, you guys, she jumped on my platform despite whatever you guys think about her. She's like, don't quit. Don't quit. And I do appreciate that. And now here I am about to start another program to finish my associate's and my bachelor's degree in psychology. And I need to take more drug and alcohol classes so I can talk to you guys about that stuff. But not only did I get sober, I'm doing the work in recovery to change. And with that being said, I refuse. People are going to make the commentary that they're going to make. How you doing, Mad Dog? Hey, Lawrence. Hey, Cutting Edge. Thank you, Cover. People are going to make the commentary they're going to make. That's not my problem. But they just can't be in my personal space. They can't be a moderator over here. They can't, because you're not going to try to put me down or use me for anything. Again, once I stopped being their commentary, and just doing all this shit, I noticed. So all they have now is my past. I used to do this. I did this years ago. I was a blah, blah, blah. But the person I am today is very sober-minded, where you cannot come into my life and take advantage of me. I will give to those that give to me. I don't care if it's your time. I don't care if it's your love and respect. I help a lot of people out, but it cannot be one-sided anymore. You give to me, I give to you, okay? I have boundaries now. I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care who curses me out. I don't give a shit. Now, the talking about my kids thing is not what got me upset in the Rodney situation, all right? That's not what got me upset. It got me upset because I have supported this person. He drops his link in my chat, only to then get excited when somebody's dragging me on their platform. That was a problem for me. And anybody else who said it was anything else, I really don't give a damn about, because I don't have a relationship with that person. I know what that problem was, and that's it. You're not going to play in my face. And if you guys don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but there's so many things going on in the world. And let me tell you something. We harm each other trying to act like therapists and all that stuff. Some of you may have seen a therapist once or twice, but to speak this language like you understand addiction, like you understand trauma, stop it. Stop it. You don't understand anything, because a lot of people told me that I needed to throw away my sobriety because I had a sip of, I didn't even have a sip of alcohol. Okay, that's another story for another day. Listen, no, I feel that I'm supposed to be here. But a lot of people try to put not just me down, but when they see somebody go through something, or you go and tell your story on a channel or a link thinking that they want to help you, and the next thing you know, you're that person's commentary, all because you didn't want to hit a link anymore. That's a problem. I'm not the only one that goes through it. You find certain people talked about all the time. You find, good night, Space City. I'm sorry, not looking at the chat. Let me pin a link in case y'all want to chat with me. There is no topic. I'm just happy I made it to 2 years. Okay. Not quite. It's only 11:20. There is no subject. I'm just talking to you guys. It's good, Mad Dog. There's a lot of people that get hurt on these platforms just for being themselves. Maybe you don't fit in with the crowd. Maybe you have a difference of opinion. Maybe you go to your ops chat or something like that, and they want you to pick a side. That's BS. We are grown adults. What's with this mind control thing? I did not come out of a prison to go to another prison. All right. My ops are not your ops. You go where you want to go. If you have a great relationship with somebody I don't get along with, y'all know I don't ask y'all to choose sides. All right. So it's not that. But all of this, you needed protection. I need protection from a damn person. I could fire up a live stream and go live at any time I want to. I am not afraid to hit anybody's link unless I have that person blocked, and I refuse to. There's no conversation needed, and we're not doing that. I don't do the circular arguments. But boundaries are important, you guys. Good night, Chinago. Boundaries are important, and they're there for a reason. Let me pin this link for y'all in case y'all want to come up and chat with me. There has just been a lot of growth. I have been in therapy for a long time. I've been in therapy for years. It took me a while to see how my decision that I have to be accountable for, I didn't have to stay addicted, but it was scary to not be. When I first started to use, it always starts off as fun, cool, feel a burst of energy. I know about methamphetamines. All right. So I'm saying that it's a stimulant. So you feel a burst of energy. Like, yeah, this is awesome. You almost feel like with meth, right? You feel like you can conquer anything, I swear. It's such a boost in your dopamine levels. Now the problem comes, that crash is so low, and eventually you don't feel happy just doing natural things. You feel you just need it to cope. Eventually you keep using it and you develop a dependency on the drug, and and then you keep using it. So not only do you have a dependency, if you stay on that drug, you go through a meth psychosis, a lot of people. And when people were befriending me and I was there for them, y'all see the message. Anytime people needed something, they called themselves my friend. I was there for them. But I don't think they understood addiction. I'm not mad at them for that. But the problem became when I needed something, I saw what I meant to these people. Nothing. Just a dollar sign. That's it. Not all of them. A lot of people are still in my life today. And I'm not going to say that a few bad things, but it just became a lot. And the problem was that I had something in my life that was killing me. And if you are addicted to something, it could be a behavior. It could be any type of addiction. Once that starts to take over your life, I don't care if you're trying to have a relationship, a friendship, whatever, it's toxic. And it's toxic for the other person as well, because I'm not going to say there wasn't mistakes. I didn't realize how sick I was. And a lot of times we're in the thick of addiction. Thank you, Wilson. We don't understand how sick we are. So trying to befriend that person, I had no clue that as long as I was using and these people, I thought that I could really be friends with these people. No, I needed to take care of my addiction. Okay. I need good. How you doing, Summer Breeze? I needed to love myself first and tell myself that I was worth it. And, I'm going to take a different addiction besides meth. We get that I struggled with meth, right? So let me tell you what happened. Got sober, did the work, and then I'm finding comfort in my sweet tea. And I'm like, why can't I stop with the sweet tea? And then it became sugar. And then I realized that it's so easy to trade one addiction for another. That's why you hear me talking about food addictions now. And I'm like, why? If I know I'm going to feel horrible after eating this meal, I know I'm somebody that likes to work out a lot, right? But without, we all want to feel good. And we cannot say that food does not raise our dopamine levels. Okay, it's an addiction. The reason why we keep going back to that cake and those donuts and all that kind of shit isn't just because it tastes good, right? It makes us feel a certain kind of way, and then we don't realize it. But how does it feel after? It feels miserable sometimes when we overeat and we overindulge. And some things, while they like to talk about how meth kills us, food also kills us. And I have to be really careful. I'm not saying not to enjoy a meal. All right, don't be mad at me. But do you realize that so many Americans are overweight? Why am I talking to you guys about this kind of stuff? Well, a lot of reasons. Well, it's addicting. We don't like to talk about it, but you take away a person's favorite food for a while. Food brings a lot of comfort, and then there's issues. But at the same time, if we're getting diabetes leads to strokes and heart attacks. It puts us at high risk for that. Is that not caused by something that we do? Our eating habits create certain diseases. So why can't we see the same? So why do we say, oh, if a person is addicted to a drug, they don't deserve to get help? Would you not help somebody that had diabetes or a stroke? So if you have an addiction and you're struggling with substance abuse disorder, instead of putting each other down, with the stigma, people don't get help. And I'm not going to be ashamed about something I went through. And that's why I talk about recovering out loud. Okay. Are y'all following? And I guess I'm saying all of that to say that I did not think when I first started this journey that I would be hitting 2 years. How you doing, Empress? I didn't think that I would be strong enough to stand on my own, that I didn't need to be in a relationship. That I only need myself to be well. I only need to understand when somebody is there to harm me or to really be friends with me. I only need to put myself in situations that are healthy. And some of us feel that we need the approval of others and we need to be accepted. And so now you have this big ass group thinking shit, and you see people online backing up people regardless of what the hell they're talking about. You accept something if it's your favorite content creator, but the minute somebody unpopular says something, then you want to judge them and put them down. But if it's your favorite person, they get a lot of grace. And so I'm not here for any of that stuff. I'm only speaking to my audience and the people that follow me, and the rest of the people that don't like what I'm talking about, I'm not talking to them anyway. So it doesn't matter. You don't see me in all these chats. You don't see me trying to, I could care less if I come up in chats. It's been pretty quiet lately, and I only respond if I had a relationship with that person. That's it. I'm not worried about it, because the more that I spend time on people, the shit that happened over on Rodney's platform was BS. There was no reason for my kids to be brought up. And Rodney, again, I have supported him. That's the situation. That's it. That's all. So what do? You cut those ties in a healthy way, and there's no hard feelings. He can come to my chat. I'll go to his chat. Still, no big deal. But to have a wrench is a completely different story. Y'all understand that. So I have to be careful. So now I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to make sure that I don't do anything to where I become dependent on it. So for me, it's crucial that I do not substitute one addiction for another. So you will hear me talking about my weight loss journey, mostly on my members only with the weight loss thing, but food addictions, obesity, all of that stuff, how it relates to Black women, how, it's health. We need to understand certain things, because we're the ones that feed our families. We're the ones that feed our kids, our dudes, whatever, hopefully. And so we have to understand stuff like that, because we can make our kids and our families sick with the way that we eat. And it's not fun to be obese. It's not fun to struggle with your weight. And we're not going to pretend that it is. It's not. When I gain 10 pounds, I feel it in my body, y'all. So anyways, that's it. That's all. Y'all have anything? Oh, let me read the chat. Oh, Trinigo says I am worth it. You guys know, listen, when I would go to these chats, I would be minding my business, and I'll have people they'll address me. If my name comes up on a panel and I'm trying to talk to that person who just brought me up, I have a bunch of people telling me, trying to silence me. People I have blocked fight with me to this day, and they're blocked. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? And I'm still here, you guys. I just felt that I have a voice. I have a big voice, right? Even though it's soft, I hope it's pleasant to listen to. But some of us are just silenced, and then we carry a lot of shame, and we don't want to talk about it. Some people, I'll hear them talk about their past, and people are like, oh, it's okay, and others are judged, right? And I'm like, damn, I don't have any felonies. I've never harmed anyone in that way. I harmed myself with the addiction, and people act like I did something to them. Like somehow I took money out of their pockets. I've had things taken from me. I've never stolen from anybody in my fucking life. All right. And this whole thing about addicts are bad people. We're just like anybody else. It's something that can be treated. All right. Every day I will have to work towards sobriety, but it's a flex. It is a flex. I love the things that are happening now. I'm telling you right now, I never thought that I would want to go to school, that I would start working and all that kind of stuff. I was so comfortable, but I needed to, if you're going through sobriety, you need a routine. I had to get out of my comfort zone, right? I just did. But a lot of us carry shame. And the problem is you can confide in somebody. It's hard with the platform because you can confide in somebody and then it becomes that person's commentary. But why do we hold this shame? A lot of us were abused. And a lot of us have made mistakes as a result of abuse, as a result of childhood neglect, as a result of a lot of things. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. The stigma is because people don't talk. But let me tell you something. You know how many people are abused? You know how many women are made to feel bad because of some decisions that they've made? And I don't care if you did crack or heroin or meth, whatever. That's the result of something. And anytime you could say you overcame it, that is amazing because it's not easy to break an addiction. Take a food addiction. Is it easy to break that? If it was easy, people wouldn't go on to have gastric bypass surgeries and stuff like that. And now I commend anyone that has the surgery because you still have to do the work. And I commend anybody that loses weight because that's a really difficult thing to do, right? It's a big deal. But at the same time, I have to give anybody that has overcome drugs. But what do you see? It's thrown in their face. I say that you are doing a great job. I'm going to speak to Lisa really quickly. So Lisa was someone that was there. I'm going to acknowledge her. She was someone that was there. And there's been some dark times. So regardless of the back and forth that we have had, we didn't have a back and forth. Regardless of the disagreements that we have had, I'm really happy to see you here because I have no issues with you. You really, really made my day. If I needed a gift for my sobriety birthday, you were that gift because you were someone I remember people when I'm not at my best and you would pray with me before I even believed in it. She knows what I'm talking about. Lisa would pray with me. I had no religion. As a matter of fact, I'm like, damn, you want to pray? Girl, whatever. Y'all know I was into some pretty dark stuff, right? And now here I am. I believe in God. I know the power of God and the calling that God has on my life. I know that I am put here to reach other people. That is my calling. That is my calling. I did not survive a 20-year addiction, 20 years to fight with you guys. Listen, there's going to always be people that say I'm not sober. There's going to always say, oh, she looks a little funny. She must be high. They're not addiction specialists. They don't know anything about it. You can't tell us somebody. You have no idea. Right. So I was put here to talk about mental health stuff and say, you know what, it's okay to be depressed. It's okay. Sometimes we feel suicidal, right? But we are not our depression. We can overcome it. It's okay. I don't always feel good, but I still have to get shit done. All right. It's one thing to be depressed. It's another to be depressed and broke. You got to take care of stuff. But Lisa has been there. So I acknowledge her. I will resubscribe to her channel and I'll be to support what she does. And everything is all good because she was there when I was in a dark space, and I really appreciate her. So I have a really big smile on my face. I've been watching your journey. Aww. I will. I gotta resubscribe. I don't know if Denia's still in the chat. Please remind me in the morning because I'm live right now, so I can't do it on my. Oh, I forgot to pin a link for y'all. Y'all don't have to hit the link, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm not reading my chat like that. And if my stream is all over the place, it's because I'm emotional. I'm trying not to cry. But when I tell you guys that I didn't think I was gonna make it, and that there's days. Let me tell you something about my so-called ex-friends, right? I'm not using. Oh, thank you, tonight. I'm not. Yeah, remind me to subscribe to her channel. Listen, I remember one time I came on here and I told you guys I was feeling depressed, and then I wanted to, I didn't want to be here. And some of you that was on the phone with me, I think Lisa might have been one of those people that. Oh, thank you, Denia. See, she knows me. Lisa was on the phone with me during that time. And I truly was like, damn, sis, I can't go up. I just want to end it. I want to end my life. My addiction was methamphetamines, Joseph. I wanted to end my life. It was very real. It wasn't for commentary. Y'all know, not even a day later, one of my so-called friends went live, or 2 days later, saying that they would totally took the story that I'm not even going to get into it. And I don't put any names in my chat. All right. And I'm thinking like, I was still there for that person during that time, but there was so many times I went through a real experience only for that shit to be commentary, y'all. And you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, which is great. But what I'm saying is that it's a very real transformation. And when I'm posting, hey, I went to school, I made an impulsive buy, I bought this, I did this. I'm really telling you guys, like, I'm trying to some of you that have followed me get it. It's not like, oh, look at me, compliment me on what I look like. No, that's it. That's not it. It's that, oh, it was you, Lisa. Okay, see, I wasn't even sure. I'm trying to show you guys the transformation and the journey. So some other people may be inspired by it that want to quit doing something. Maybe they want to quit smoking because it's drying out their skin, making them feel bad or whatever. And maybe they want to quit. So I feel that, number one, meth is highly addictive. So to quit smoking meth, another drug I know about is cocaine. Those things are highly addicting and it's hard to quit. So I'm trying to show you something, and that you can change, you can recover out loud. I think it's important to recover out loud because there's some people that don't have a voice, damn sure don't have a platform. I have a platform where I can speak to a lot of people, and I'm not just speaking to any sectors, I'm speaking to everybody. It's like you can change your life, and if you recover out loud, you put a face behind the condition. So it's not just an addict, it's you start seeing a person, and then you start being able to relate. We should be able to support each other, right? Because I can tell you right now, I can go to communities, don't be mad at me, that are majority white, and I get a lot of support, right? But over here in Black and brown communities, it's stigmatized. You can't just talk about having a mental health disorder, right? They want to call you crazy. They want to say you're in a nut house. No, if you have something wrong with your mind, there's treatment available, and we need to hear that. There's treatment available, okay? Go get help. Because a lot of those people don't get help, but they come online, fire up a live stream, and they want to speak in a very therapeutic way. They want to borrow language from psychologists or whatever because they heard somebody say so-and-so, and they don't understand mental health, and they have their own issues, and they're spreading that out, and people are listening just because they're charismatic. No, that's really toxic and dangerous. Listen, if you have something wrong with your head, go get help. There's times I was extremely depressed, and I didn't think I could make it. I thank God for people like Lisa and other people that called me and prayed for me, all right? But they also told me to go get help and get the help that I need. And so thank you, Mad Dog. So I did that. And I'm still here today. And so I know that I was put here to talk to other people about stuff like that. So will I have 400 or 500 people in my chat listening to me? Nope. But I already had that. And you want to know something? I wasn't reaching the people that I needed to reach. It was really selfish of me. I did not understand how selfish of me it was. But I'm telling you right now that the last overdose, the last I had that experience, and I felt like I was going to die. I did say, I remember the conversation I had with myself, and that was if I survive this, I was going to try to reach other people. And now when I got sober and I said, you know what, I need to go to school. I need to be around other addicts that I can help them. I need to be able to be in these areas. Okay, they go to a hospital, they're not treated the same because people don't understand addicts and they feel that they did it to themselves. And sometimes we do need treatment, right? I want to be in those positions to where I could be an advocate for them. I want to be in positions to where if I see so-and-so sister on the street lost, I could at least say, you know, just say hi, buy her a burger, talk to her. And then maybe that person might, a lot of people tell me their stories. Y'all know that I be walking somewhere and they want to tell me, there's so many people that talk to me and tell me their stories. So what did I do? I start pulling out, hey, can I interview you? So I've been doing stuff like that, and it takes a lot to do that. But I know, I'm telling you right now, if I would have passed away, I would have taken all of my experiences with me. That would have been my legacy. I would have just died in the thick of my addiction. I have to speak out for the ones that didn't make it. I have to speak out. I'm sorry, Lisa, I didn't mean to leave your comment up there. I have to speak out for the ones that are still struggling. I'm not going to be that person that doesn't pay it forward. I already been through a lot of nonsense. I have plenty of stories to feed the streets. That's why people just love my past, and they love to think of me as an addict still. I'm sober. I am living in recovery, and it's the biggest flex in the world because I'm telling you, being in an addiction for 20 years, I have to look at my chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Being in an addiction for 20 years, I missed a lot, and it feels like I woke up out of a coma. So some things that's new, that's old to other people, is new to me. I'm like, hey, this is exciting. I'm excited to go to the grocery store. I'm excited to be able to breathe the air. I'm so excited about a lot of things. And I realize it doesn't matter if people like the way I dress or don't dress. Who the fuck cares? I'm happy just being me. It does not matter if people want to talk about my kinky hair or whatever, or it doesn't matter, because I'm just having fun being myself, and I'm having fun talking and being able to understand what the hell y'all saying to me. Some of y'all don't realize that some of you don't like me for reasons that I don't even remember. No. And I have to wonder, why was so many people so excited? And Antonio, you know what I'm talking about. There's so many people that loved the chaos in my life because it was very profitable for them, but it was very painful for me. So now when I tell you, hey, that don't feel good, I don't wait for a response, because I could care less, because I don't need anybody else to validate my feelings. Listen, if you think this is about me, partly it is, but it's not about me. Not anymore. Everything I'm talking to you guys is for the other person that does not have a voice, that have been silenced, that have been told that they are not good enough, they are not attractive, they are not whatever. Some people don't have a voice, and we have these platforms. It's easy to come on here and make it about ourselves. Hey, look at me, look at me. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I've been through a lot of experiences that you guys did not understand, that made it seem like I was crazy, that I was looking for attention. No, 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 no. I had a lot of people around me when I was not well because it profited them to do so. So when I say that I have just stopped communicating with people, I've let them walk away, there's reasons that I did a lot of the things that I did, because some things was not healthy. And if you do not know who your real friends are, if you do not know who is toxic to your life, or maybe you guys are just going different directions, that you're never really going to go where you're supposed to go. Okay, you'll be sitting there living for everybody else and not living for yourself, and you're gonna miss your mark and your calling. And I'm not trying to preach to you, but what I'm trying to say is that there has to be a reason I went through a lot, and the only way I can make my past feel better, the only way I can take away some of the pain and the very real experiences, is if I don't focus on myself and I think about other people going through similar stuff. Because when you help somebody else, it makes some of that pain go away. I'm telling you, there's something about doing something for other people. If you are, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how to explain that any better than what I'm saying. We all have regret, and we all have things that we wish we didn't do. But we have to, if you stay in the moment, think about the present, so you're not thinking about the past, because you're always thinking about the past, you're going to miss what's happening right now. And if you're too worried about the future, you're missing the moment that you're in, which is a gift. So that's how I deal with a lot of the things when people try to bring up my past or try to shame me for things that I've been through. I knew that when I was telling you guys my story, that those stories can be used against me. And in the sectors that I go to, it's easy to say, hey, you know what, you've been through this, you told us that, so you have to be strong, you have to, but when you tell your story, you take the power back. You can't shame me on something that I own, because I understand why I went through some of the stuff that I went through, but not everybody is that strong. Some people will, it will break them. Y'all remember that beauty pageant that, oh, was she Miss America or something? Really beautiful. I think she was a biracial woman that unalived herself. You see a lot of people, celebrities that you think have it all and they unalive themselves. Not everybody can handle criticism. Not everybody can handle shame. So if you are still here, you are here for a reason. Not everybody can handle what you've been through. And when you go through something and you overcome it, by telling your story, it validates somebody else. So I feel a huge responsibility to always tell you guys, you know what, it's okay that they want to show you pictures of when I wasn't well. It's okay, because those people that want to show you pictures of my past can't dare talk about my present. And let me tell you something, even my past is my past. I can't do anything about it. We all have a past. But when you go through something and somebody brings up your past, they're trying to remind you because they need you to stay there. They don't want you to grow. It makes them more comfortable. And a lot of people will focus on what am I at? 46 minutes. A lot of people will focus on, it's easy for people to focus on your life than their own, because if they look at their own, then it's not comfortable. A lot of people don't want to change. A lot of people seeing you what's happening in their own lives. And that's why you see, I used to wonder, why do people talk about my addiction with their own addictions? There was this lady from another sector. I will not, just from the Kwame Brown sector. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to give you. How the nerve to talk about misunderstood addiction, only to find out she was struggling with a crack addiction of her own, out of her own mouth. And I had to think about this. Why are people, there's another person that talked about misunderstood as they were using heroin. So then I realized that this is common. When you have somebody judging you and criticizing you, it's people that's going through the same things that you're going through, but they want to shame you. So that way nobody looks at them. Surely if they're talking about you, they're not going through the same thing, right? And they want to judge you, but they're your harshest critics. All right. So I did not let those things get to me, but it took a while for me to get here. 2 years to be exact. It took 2 years, and I still have a lot of growing to do, you guys. And I'm not looking to be a popular content creator. I'm already a popular content creator. Okay. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking to hang out with y'all, be just whatever. And when I tell you that my skin is cleared up, you guys, our skin is our largest organ. And there was a time where it would hurt to touch my skin. It took a lot of work for it to clear up. And I was just really unhealthy. And when that started to get better, now I'm not gonna lie and say I've had bad skin in my life. No, but there was a time where it just hurt to touch. And you probably wouldn't know that I was addicted unless I told you. But do you realize that there's a lot of people that don't look addicted, but they're struggling with addiction and they're just ashamed to say something about it? It's hard to change something, but it's possible. But once you get sober, you stop using. The hard part is living a normal life and trying to be happy and cope without whatever it was that made you happy, because you start depending on that substance. I don't care if it's coffee. I don't care if it's cigarettes. I don't care. It's hard. Don't stop drinking coffee because I sit and drink coffee. I'm not telling y'all that. I was just saying that you take something that you do that brings, because if that's not harming your life, it's not harming your life. All right. Drugs harm my life. Caffeine as well. All right. So it takes a lot to look at something and change it and go the other way. I do not mind when I hear people, you know what, calling me methy and that kind of shit. It makes the other person look bad, because I understand that they're trying to hurt me and they're trying to cause me shame and that kind of stuff. But you can't cause me shame when I have learned to accept my story, my journey, and all the good and bad that comes with it. I think sobriety is the coolest thing. I've been here for 49 minutes. I got like 11 more minutes with you. I feel like sobriety is the coolest thing because I'm very aware of you guys. And I love making plans for my life and being able to follow through with those plans. I'm no longer harming my family because they're the ones that matter. My kids have their mom, and I'm very present in their life, very present. And I'm just really happy about that kind of stuff, you guys. And yeah, that's it. I feel that we all have a lot to offer, and it's not one person out here that don't deserve to be here. We all deserve to be here, but some of us have experienced a lot of pain, and we don't know how to be here, and we don't know how, and we lose control over our lives, and we can't find our way back. So when I'm posting on my community wall, regardless of what I'm talking about, it's because I'm trying to show you guys that people really do change. All right. Is it work? Absolutely. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Another thing that we have to understand is that it's okay to be uncomfortable. We don't like to be uncomfortable. We look for comfort. But change requires us to be uncomfortable, and we're not always going to like it. And I think that's something that I had to learn first and foremost. For me, it was other people, needing a relationship, needing this, needing that. Don't get me wrong. I'm in a beautiful relationship. But I had to be okay with being uncomfortable. I had to be okay with myself. And I had to be able to look at myself and say, hey, you know what? When people talk to me, what do they want? All right. Are they talking to me, or are they trying to befriend me because they really want to befriend me, or do they want something from me, or does it benefit them to fall out with me? Because some people will befriend you if you're a content creator and fall out with you strictly for the commentary. That's it. So social media is another addiction. It's another rush. And some people that don't really have power in their own life turn to social media because now they have a voice, and now they can, and it could be a really positive thing, but it's not positive if, I'm not going to let social media make me miserable. Speaking of miserable, when I see this person in my chat, don't get my attention. I'm going to let you write, but don't address me in my chat. We are not okay. How did you even get unblocked? But it's not about you right now. So that's it, you guys. Y'all have any final thoughts for me? Did y'all even understand what I was saying? Did I make sense to you guys? A commentary is for the ones that follow me, but every now and again we have to address some stuff, and I will, instead of holding stuff in, I will fire up a live stream and address some stuff. I am happy because I figured out what happiness is. And for me, happy is the small things in life. It's the, hey, you know what? If I have harmed you, I'm in a position to where we could talk about it. I mean, for real harm, not that fake shit. Like, oh, you didn't do enough for me, but we ain't talk about that. I ain't worried about that. But it's being able to build healthy relationships now. That's what makes me feel good. And being able to say, you know what? I don't need this drug to cope. I do not need to get high to start my day, because that's what it became. It became, hey, Dragon, how you doing? That's what it became. I understand a lot of you. I have a lot of patience. I understand what a lot of people go through. So when I tell you, I've already been a person that had empathy for others. But when I tell you that my level of understanding and compassion is huge, that's what it is. And I'm not going to let people, some people want to try to say, hey, you know what? Those people that try to criticize me or try to make it seem like I never gave enough or whatever. No, that's not who I'm talking to. All right. That's not it. That's not it. I'm not trying to reach those people. But the ones that can't understand what I'm saying, I'm talking to them because they're my audience and they get it. You gotta have boundaries, and taking care of yourself is really important because nobody else is going to do it. You don't need people to validate your feelings, and when something doesn't feel right, go with that feeling. Don't listen to other people that's telling you that you're overreacting and those kind of things, because what they want you to do is allow other people to disrespect you, and they will downplay it. But if those same people that's telling you to ignore something, you will see they are highly sensitive, and they will never ignore anybody disrespecting them in any kind of way. So you speak your mind proudly. Who cares if you went through something? All right. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. helps to create us for who we are today. Celebrate yourself. And I had to learn that. I had to learn not to care about things that don't matter. If it's not going to matter in a few years from now, it shouldn't matter so much that it's disrupting your sleep in your life. Y'all know stress is killing us. Take care of yourself and live be who you're supposed to be unapologetically. Who cares who doesn't like it? Be you. I do not care. I had people telling me I was not good enough, even though I take care of myself. I had people telling other people that they had to take care of me, that I needed them for this and that. No, you will not see any receipts of me needing any damn body. I've always been there for other people. But if you don't know who you are, you're going to have people telling you who you are. Who cares if they tell other people? You know who you are for yourself, so you know what to accept in your life. If you're a smaller content creator, you're still a content creator. Reach, know your audience, because your audience is going to rock with you through thick and thin. All right. Not just turn on you because everybody else turned on you. They're going to be there for you. They are. And that's all I have to say. Hey, everybody. It's showtime. Dragon said it's showtime. So 5 more minutes. Damn it. I'm trying to make my official 2-year, oh my God, 2-year mark. What else can I talk to you about for 5 minutes? Damn it. It's only 11:55 here. Let me think. I'm going to think. I don't know. Okay, let me check my Sobriety app. Let's see where I am, y'all. Let's see how close I am. Damn, I got a new phone, so it's not on here. Shit. Okay, my last event, 3, 4. I think I'm at my 3-year mark now. The damn app is down. I can't check it. We're just gonna assume a 3-year. Did I say 3 years? Oh my God, I'm speaking it into existence. 2-year mark. Y'all want to know some of the highlights that happened? Y'all have any questions about this damn drug? Okay, wait. Oh wait, I think I can get on the app. Hold on. I use this app because I don't really count the days anymore. Honestly, I just count the milestones. Okay, wait. I can't get on the app. Darn it. All right. I found it is 3 years. No, it's been 2. Today's my 2-year mark. 2-year mark. I have 2 years over. But why can't I? Yeah, it's been 3 years since I've been trying. You're right about that. And there's been a lot of fails and stuff like that. So, oh, there's Tanaya. Why can't? Wait a minute. Let me use my banner. I don't know if this is her. Oh, it's her. Okay, okay, that's her. Yay. Hey, girl.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, Dice. I haven't seen you in a while. He said, what up? It's late and I see you live. Just stopping through to say hi. Thank you. We're just chatting. I'm excited because in about 3 minutes, I will have reached my 2-year in sobriety. And I'm
How does it feel? That's the biggest question. How does it feel to have 2
I'm
years?
actually in tears. I'm holding it back. I'm holding it back because I'm thinking about all the things, how people, every obstacle that was put in my way and all the things. Like, this isn't it feels good. That's it. It just feels good. It feels good. And now I have to work towards 3 years. Yeah, Lisa, I know what you're talking about. Lisa's saying it's been 3 years. And she's right. But straight in sobriety, it's been 2 years. But I know exactly what Lisa's talking about. It feels good, sis, because I didn't think I would make it. And for me, it is a big deal. And I don't know what to say about that. You know what I mean?
It's a huge deal. Believe me, it is a huge deal. I remember when I spoke to my dad's 1-year sobriety at AA, and everyone in the room was just in shock because I talked about how the fact that he'd been an alcoholic for like 50 years. And so when I told them, I said, if he can do what anybody can, I swear to you, because I never thought I'd see this day. People don't realize how much that when you are on drugs or alcohol severely, how much it affects the family. And the amount of people in that room that was like, I never thought about that. I'm like, how did you not think about that? How was that not the biggest thing on your mind? Why was that not your reason to get sober?
I think that what people don't realize why was that not your reason is because of how addicting it is and how difficult it is. And because I know we love our families, but trying to stop something is just extremely hard. And it's more than, oh, okay, I should stop because I love this person. Treatment. It's about treatment and getting the help that you need so you can stop. So you
Absolutely.
don't hurt yourself and you don't hurt other people.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this 2 years is so incredibly important, because I think I saw you right when you were right after you had gotten your kids taken, and you were on your way to recovery. And just to see how you've transformed now, and it is officially on the West Coast. Congratulations on
Thank
2
you.
years
2
of
years.
sobriety. You need to celebrate, because this was not an easy journey. But for those who are watching right now, this is what 2 years of sobriety looks like. Doesn't she look amazing?
Thank you.
Just
Thank
absolutely
you.
glowing. And the fact that you have been here and you have been able to get through the storm, and it's only the beginning.
I appreciate that.
You've been such an inspiration to so many people, because we watched you in your journey. And now we watch you as you're hitting these conferences and all of that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for a lot of reasons. And it's just I got rid of a lot of the noise, distractions. I learned to be comfortable in those quiet times just by myself. When it's those quiet times where you're by yourself, where you have to think about, damn, it's easy to just dwell on the mistakes that you've made and stuff like that. But I use it as a time to like reflect on changes that I need to make in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing, I've always been a person that's kind of been unbothered. Like, you say what you want, but I really learned to embrace that. The things that people say about me when I go to, let's just use internet, for example, different chats, and they're so insistent on throwing my past in my face or wanting me to feel like a bad person. I don't let those things bother me. I was always determined to do more and to just be better. And I used all of those insults to just strengthen me, because I'm not going back to that person that I used to be. Mm-mm. And as long as I
Exactly.
stay on this path, I feel like it's a flex. It's a flex. Let these people judge me and talk about my past instead of dealing with their present and the things that's affecting their life. Happy people don't put other people down. People that are content with themselves, they want to see other people content. They want to, successful people, honestly, you guys, how do you tell a successful person? They surround themselves with successful people. Successful
Absolutely.
people, think about successful people in your life or around you. They don't have to be in your life. They are constantly trying to uplift others. They are constantly telling other people they can do it, because that's what they have inside. And when you don't have anything inside, you let that spill out with your words. And you can tell a successful person by the way they speak. They do not go around putting down other people that are in unfortunate situations. They just don't do it.
What they do is they speak life into people.
They speak life into people. Oh, thank you.
Exactly.
Lisa, another overcomer who has her own story. Y'all can check it out on her channel. But yeah, she understands exactly what I'm talking about. 504 girl, thank you. Good morning to you. Well, a lot of you, but you don't go around putting other people down. And I remember wanting to be sober, but not wanting to deal with everything that came with it, and not wanting to. I just got to a point where I was just used to being hurt, and that feeling became normal. And then it was like, damn, I just started expecting it. And so that's a problem as well, because when things start happening, sometimes we get addicted to the pain. I don't know if that's a good word, but we get used to that pain and it becomes normal. And
Right.
that's when you get the whole she's always a victim. Thank you, research. She's always a victim, or things are always happening. You stop defending yourself. You start letting things happen, and you just. But we have a duty to protect ourselves. We have a duty to not allow things to happen and protect our space. Now things are gonna happen, and we like to think that um, bad things don't happen to good people. I am a good person, and things have happened, but it's not about that. It's about, okay, what can I do? What part did I play in all of this? I have to stay sober. If not, then all of this stuff, as long as I stay sober, then I could say, you know what? I did certain things. I went through certain things, and now here I am. But if I go back to using drugs, then it's all for nothing. And I think that that's important for us to realize, is that we have a duty that we can change our life. All right. And then your past is just your past. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to beat yourself up over your past, because we all have a past. As long as you are changing, you're doing what you need to do. But the moment you go back to that, then it's all for nothing. It's not really all for nothing. That's not what I mean to say. But I embrace things that are painful. I embrace things that are uncomfortable, and I get through it. You just got to keep fighting. Thank you, Risa.
That's the biggest thing about it, is that you have been consistent for 2 years. Even if if you fell back, to what's it, 3 years ago, that's okay. It's okay. You just start over. But you don't need to start over, because you are thriving now. You have a great support system that's going to continue to support you.
Yeah, and you're right about that. Now, I asked a question a while ago on my community wall, and I asked you guys, and I'll bring this up because I do want to have a conversation about this. Okay, let me get this shit right. Is relapse a part of recovery? It took me a while to really understand why people say that. And I have to tell you, there was a lot of stumbling. And I remember the relapses very well. All right. I remember. And people were saying I was making fun of sobriety. They were saying that I was mocking it. And then I noticed that other people can come on and say, hey, you know what? I quit something. And they were celebrating those people, blah, 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 that was just doing it for commentary purposes, blah, blah, blah. But I was really struggling. So now I understand that a lot better. Relapse is a part of recovery. It doesn't, because what's happening is you try and you're going to stumble sometimes. Sometimes it takes more than one time to get sober.
Yes.
To fully do it. But the idea is for those relapses to become further and further apart, so you're no longer relapsing. But that clean time, you are still getting healthy. And if you slip up, get back on track. Don't listen to these people that don't have a degree in addiction and they don't understand it. Let me tell you something. There are some times, so I like to use it with food because that's less stigmatized. Okay. We don't demonize it the way we do addiction. So somebody that's trying to diet, that's why I'll tell you guys, when I slip up, I shared my relapses with you guys. Maybe not at the time of the relapse, okay? But I shared them all with you guys. Now, with food addiction, right? Somebody tried to diet and then you see them cheating. They start again and eventually, and it's not about, okay, girl, you had that donut today. No. Okay, she gets back on track, she loses the weight, blah, blah, blah. Well, with addiction, okay, there's been some stumbling blocks there. But those stumbling blocks helped me to become stronger to make it to 2 years. So I'm not saying to keep slipping up and relapsing, but the ideal is to have less and less of them. And there's no reason to demonize somebody else. So I do feel that relapse is a part of recovery. And now I understand why they say it's a part of recovery.
It
Hey,
absolutely
Maxine,
is,
what's good?
because the thing is that you have to figure out what is making you want to relapse.
You're right
And
about that.
then when you realize that, that's when you realize what needs to be out of your life.
You're right. Keep talking. I forgot to oh, here we go. Yeah, but sometimes it really, oh shoot, I pinned the wrong message. My bad. Hold on, I keep talking. I can't multitask.
No, you're good. You're good. If you guys are here, welcome. This is the Sobriety channel, Sobriety sector. Make sure you guys come on in and hit the thumbs up as you enter. And make sure to wish Miss Understood congratulations on her 2 years of sobriety.
Yeah, man. And let me tell y'all something. I have so much. I don't want you guys. Dang, I got. Okay, I was trying to put up my sobriety battle. Here it is. I have a lot of support from some amazing people, and they stay in my corner. They don't always come to my chat, but they're always messaging me, and people that have small channels and large channels through, and I recognize them. I recognize each and every last one of them. I don't care how large your chat is and stuff like that. But the thing is, I do have a lot of support, and I see you guys, and I appreciate you guys, right? Especially because the support isn't just commentary.
Right.
Huh? It's not commentary. They support me behind the scenes. And so those people, I have to remember, regardless if we fight, if we have a disagreement, I see you guys, and I do appreciate the support and the encouragement. And I see you. Relapse is a part of recovery, Darius. And and like I said, I did struggle with that question, but sometimes it takes more than one time to get it. And it doesn't mean that, I remember how many people said I should give up and stuff like that. I was strong enough to put through it, to not let words like that affect me. But how many other people have heard stuff like that and wanted to give up? Like, no, don't give up. Sometimes it's gonna take 3 to 4 times, whatever. It took me, I want to say a year or something like that. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter. You just keep trying. And the ideal is to not have those relapses anymore after a while. That's the idea. Okay, MacMe. I got you.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is the fact of you had to realize how valuable you were and who you were without the drugs. And the more you leaned into that, the more you were able to thrive. And that's why you're absolutely glowing now, because you're like,
girl, yes. I'm like, I went to work earlier, and I'm sitting there. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I do take a lot of days off of shit, but listen, it doesn't matter. I went to work, and I'm thinking, who would have thought that? Who would have thought? All right. When I first said I was gonna go to school and take these classes, I'm like, all right, what's next? Then getting a job and all that kind of stuff. That really is recovery. Those things, I mean, just being able to say, you know what, you can accomplish something. All right. And I go back to meth now. If y'all know about meth, tweaking and all that kind of shit, you don't finish a damn thing. You start a bunch of projects, don't nothing get done. All right. You're it's insane. And some of y'all might know what I'm talking about, but nothing gets done. And then everything else, and the attack on your mind, and then thinking that things are, I mean, it's just difficult. Like a lot of the things, I'm really like, it's hard for me to explain to you guys what is it like to go through this psychosis. What is it like? And it takes a year for your brain to heal off of methamphetamines. It takes about a year. And the depression is something else. And that's why a lot of people don't kick meth. It's a very difficult drug to kick, right? And that your process. So you go through depression, you go through a lot, but it takes about a year for your brain to start, working like it's supposed to again, so to speak. And it's a long process. So that first year, I spent that time trying to feel normal, because you start, like I said, you don't get pleasure in the things that you normally get pleasure from. And it's hard. That's very uncomfortable. And I remember after 3 months being depressed because I wasn't feeling better, 6 months being even more depressed because I wasn't feeling better, 9 months. And then I remember after a year, I was disappointed because I still had the depression. I wasn't feeling normal. But maybe about the 13th month, I started to notice a change, right? So that's when I said, you know what, if I made it to 13 months, we're going to try to get 2 years. So that's why 2 years was my goal, and it just meant a lot. And now how do I feel after the 2 years? I feel good, but I'm still not there, because really, if you think about it, okay, 2 years sober, for me, it's a big deal, okay? But I know I have a long ways to go.
It's a big deal, and that's why especially now with AA, they talk about one day at a time, and that's literally what it is. It is literally one day at a time.
One day at
I
a time.
think.
That's all we can do.
Hmm
That's
I think
it.
the biggest thing is the fact, is the fact that you have transformed, and there's no question about it. You can look at you from 2 years ago to now. You're like a completely different person because, like you said, your brain has healed,
Mm-hmm.
and you've done something that most people can't do to begin with. But again, the fact that you have changed who you've been around, you've changed your mindset, and that has what helped you to continue to thrive. And that's why you will only continue to thrive. Because I'm telling you now, quality over quantity all day long.
Sis, I just feel so good. And that's all I can you can't take away the kind of happiness and the peace that I feel. And I refuse to let anybody in, interrupt that. I don't know if that's what I was looking for. I just refuse it. And I'm all about this healing journey and feeling good in my own skin and being able to look at other people and say, hey, you know what? It's going to be all right. Can food addiction be? Damn, that's loaded. Mac, are you trolling me? Can food addiction be a gateway into substances? Damn it, y'all, help me out with that one.
It's usually the reverse.
I
So
don't
what
think
happens?
to me.
So
I
what?
don't feel. Oh, go ahead, Denia.
No,
You take it.
yeah, it's usually the reverse. So what happens is that usually some people will trade one addiction for another.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Sean Prince. Welcome, welcome,
Thank you,
welcome in,
Sean.
everyone.
Thank you. So what I
Lady
see,
Jersey, okay.
honestly, so I'm gonna just speak from experiences and from the what I'm seeing now. I see. Wait, let me highlight that question. So, you know, I see people going from substance that's going to hurt them and using food that's comforting,
Mm-hmm.
especially. So I usually see people coming from one addiction that's not food and then going into a food addiction, like what Denia was saying. I don't feel that people you overeat and then they say, hey, you know what, I want to use cocaine, something like that. I don't see that shit. Am I wrong, y'all? I don't know. I don't see it. Mm-mm.
Sometimes it's the reverse, but typically it's usually people are just trading one addiction for the other.
No, I have seen people use a drug to get thinner, like
Yes.
cocaine or meth. I have seen that. But some people will get like maybe a prescription drug because they really do have an injury, but become addicted to that prescription drug. And
Mm-hmm.
then it could be expensive or hard to get. So then they start using an illegal drug, an illicit drug, or whatever. I've seen stuff like that. Food addiction is a whole other beast, though. If you are addicted to food, it's just as harmful as anything else, in my opinion.
Oh, it's definitely just as harmful. And because it's not illegal, you know what I'm saying? It's because it's everywhere. It makes it a little bit harder to kick it. But
Yep.
that's again, it goes back to the whole willpower thing and having a great support system to help you to recover from that.
Exactly. It's tough. Any type of addiction is a tough. It's tough because we don't like to be uncomfortable. So don't take away what makes us feel better.
Right.
But I don't think we
Exactly.
realize exactly what's happening is how our brain, how our dopamine receptors respond to the substance that's being introduced to us.
Right.
That's really
Absolutely.
what it is. What makes us feel better. And then when you're dealing with how the brain works and what the brain becomes addicted to, it's not a matter of not just using anymore. It really does take work.
Right. You think it makes you feel better because it makes you feel better for that moment.
For that moment, and then you crash and come down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a lot, girl. But yeah, I'm just happy. I wanted to do a stream that like kind of the ones that I've been doing after that one from earlier. And plus I'm like, damn, I'm so close to this 2 year mark. Let's just fire up a stream. Let me just chat to my people that have been there with me and that has rocked with me through thick and thin. Let's do the damn thing. Let's talk.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
it's been awesome to be able to be here to see that moment with you.
Yeah, we've been through a lot. We've been through a
Man,
lot.
this app is a trip. That's all I'm gonna say. This app is a trip.
It is, and you just like usually the streams that I go to, they're talking about stuff. I know it's not going to be turned around about Miss MU, or I'm not gonna, those are the streams that I've been in, and I've been in the clouds. But it's a lot of reasons. Like there's just a lot of reasons. Like I'm still around. I'm just not making commentary on the same type of stuff. I want to make commentary that anybody, whether you know me or not, can come to my chat and listen to and probably get something from it. So that's why I'm not covering people or sectors or anything like that. Not interested.
Exactly, because I know for me, I definitely want to see, when you're going to these conventions and if they allow you to go live and so people can see the experiences. I mean, like, you got to meet Magic Johnson. Like, I know, what was that like?
Amazing. It was amazing. Because I always talk about my addiction and hey, you know what? How do I talk to people about this kind of stuff? So I got to be able to speak to a legend about stuff like that. And let me tell you something: the love, the support. I will never forget these things. The way I just felt important, and to be able to get in places. Let me tell you something. I wasn't supposed to be in there. You know what I mean? But they wanted, I was invited in, and I just found it a blessing. He just, when they say congratulations, to be able for this man to say congratulations, it was amazing. It was like one of the best moments of my life. It was amazing. And Cedric, I met y'all. For those of y'all that don't know, I don't like talking with my camera off. Meeting Cedric at the same time. I met so many celebrities. I was hanging around the Lakers and all that shit. And I, hey, you know what? I'm just blogging. I'm a recovery, blah, blah, blah. It just grabbed their attention. you know, they hugged me and and I know a lot of celebrities because of where I live too. But it was just cool. Walking around, hanging around. Went to an event where there was a lot of celebrities there, just walking around like everybody else. That was really cool. And I did go there to network. I got to meet quite a few famous YouTubers. I'm talking about like 1 million plus subscribers. It was really cool. And it just felt really good. And then I got to there's some things that I didn't talk about because I'm not ready to talk about those things yet. But the fact that some of them shared very personal stories with me, I didn't want to use that as commentary. It was just really great to do. But they didn't care if I used it for commentary or not. I filmed a lot of stuff. Dang, I didn't know the story behind Magic. Yeah, so I wasn't supposed to be in a lot of people. Did I take pictures? Yes, I did. I took a lot of pictures. Yes, I sure did. A lot of people did not get into that event, so that's the backstory of it. I was there. I was hanging with celebrities. So you guys see when I was streaming, I was like, look, Cedric is over there. They're talking, they're waving, like, hey, come back over here and hang out with us and stuff like that. That was cool. And it helped that I'm not like a starstruck person. I just talk to them like anybody else, and that was cool. But when it came to addiction, and what you guys didn't know is that I was asking them how to relate to my community, because Cedric, Magic, not all, some of the Lakers people were just at a party, right? But a lot of them was telling me, first they congratulated me. They said I had to keep going. I had to keep telling my story. Our people are dying. That's how they were talking to me. When I got into the event, by that time, I spoke to a lot of people. Now, it was a convention, all right? And nothing but really intelligent people there, like the top physicians and like, what do you call the people? Health coordinators and stuff like that. They were in a convention, and Magic was there to talk to them. But a lot of these people had already seen me blogging, and they said, hey, come inside. You're invited to the event. I'm like, what? I'm not a doctor. I'm not. So I got invited inside because that whole weekend I've been talking about, hey, I'm in recovery. I'm here to tell my story and to learn how to relate to other people. So I got invited in as a blogger, and I thought, damn, this is cool. What? am I the only YouTuber here? It was crazy. So I got to talk to them. I got to ask questions, and then Magic and I got to have a conversation. It was just really special. And when he hugged me, it was like when you saw how genuine that hug was. Same with Cedric and those people, and I would never forget it. I would never forget it. Magic spoke a lot about the community, stigmas. He always wants to give back. And so when I just said I want to be able to help destigmatize addiction, help other people, help take some of the shame away, they were so interested. And so now I know, you know what, I go to these other places and businesses and stuff like that. They're interested in what I have to say because it is a big problem. And a lot of things which you didn't know. So Magic talked about, and I have all this on video. Magic talked, he actually told me to record this stuff. But he's like, it's okay. Magic spoke about the stuff that he's doing in the community and why it was important for him to go back and how you talk about things that you go through. And he spoke about that in the convention with the doctors and stuff like that. And I took a lot of that away. And so regardless of who likes what I'm saying, I may not be the most eloquent person. I forget what I'm saying a lot. That's a brain thing, and that's going to heal again. But I have a story. And the people and people are interested in that story, just like I'm interested in you guys' story and what y'all been through in your journeys and what helped you get to where you are. That's really all I'm interested in. Everything else is just noise in my life. And I'm sorry to be so long-winded. It was just really important. Now, meeting Aniko.
Now, what was that like? Because she seems like an amazing person.
Now, that was set up, and that was really special. Shout out to Don Cato. Thank you. That was my 2-year gift from him. Because I played that. The first song, it's funny. I remember Just Read My Book commented, and I Just Read My Book is awesome. She's an awesome person. But we were beefing at the time, and she left a comment under my video. I shared her song Jericho, where she talks about like, you just have to hear it. Anyways, so I followed her music for a while. She's a revolutionist. Like, she tells a story. So I loved Aniko. So I wanted to meet her. So when she was in Los Angeles, Darkano arranged a meet and greet. And I was like, what? There's only a few of us, but getting to talk to her, meet her, hug her. She asked me for a hug. It was just really special. And it meant a lot to me. And she's just a really awesome person. It was really amazing. And I got to meet another person, huge YouTuber at the same time. I didn't recognize her on the side of me, but she told me I was so beautiful. And it was just really an amazing gift because I absolutely love her music. And she's so sweet. She's tiny and she's athletic, natural, bohemian. I knew she wasn't going to be wearing shoes on stage. That was awesome. And I felt so good.
And that's why I say you never know who you're going to meet. So be kind to everyone.
Be kind to everyone.
You never know who's going to be in that room and who could open the door. You
never know. And so I got invited to another medical convention. Now this shit, I got invited to another one where I'm going to go, and they want to hear about recovery and what it's been like. What has it been like with the medical communities trying to get help? Did I feel embarrassed? There was a lot of things that people were asking me, and I said I absolutely will speak about it. Okay. And I was invited to a fundraiser, you guys, if you don't know. So over the weekend I went to do a fundraiser. The girl has she's a woman, she has triple X syndrome. So I got to hang out with her and her family to see how is the family coping. So if you don't know about triple X syndrome, she was born with 47 chromosomes. She's on the spectrum. She's not autistic, but she's nonverbal. And so I was hanging out with them on the weekend, interviewing, filming. So I've been doing a lot of stuff. And it was just as important meeting her as it was these celebrities, because you're trusting me with your story. You're trusting me to tell people about it and help you bring awareness. And I feel very privileged for that. And if I'm long-winded, I'm so sorry, but I get really excited about these experiences. I'm not just online. I'm out in the community doing stuff, and that feels awesome. And I could not do it if I wasn't sober. Oh, thank you, Darius. That's sweet. So I feel good. But the most important thing is, it was really important for me to look at my life, not feel sorry for myself, not think that, oh, all these things are happening to me. Why don't people like me? I had to take control and power back into my life and say, I can do these things. I can do it. I could do it. I could talk to people and celebrate little stuff like that. And I celebrate everybody that comes into my life, that speaks to me, that understands me, that just like you and I have so many conversations, and sometimes you listen to me and I'm ranting and I'm all over the place and you're just like, that's you. But I appreciate everything. But I'm not trying to get people to admire me. I want people that are struggling, that's depressed, that can't get out of bed, that feels like tomorrow's not going to be better, to look at what people say about me, to look at the criticism, how I can't go into a chat without people bringing up my past, blah, blah, blah. But I use it as a strength because I said, no matter what these people say about me, I'm going to live my life. No matter what people bring up about my past, I'm going to speak out and use my voice. And even if I have stumbled and if I have harmed someone along the way, I truly apologize. And I'm willing to have a conversation with anybody about that if they truly want to have a conversation. Other than that, live your life. Don't let people judge you and condemn you for the things that you have been through. I'm not here to beef with you and stuff like that. If I want to beef, I'll go to a different sector. I'm here to tell you guys that it is okay. People will judge you. And sometimes you are the only ones that will have that dream. Nobody's going to believe in you. Nobody's going to believe in your commentary. You may want to go a different way. You don't need anybody but yourself. Your audience will find you. And some of you know what I'm talking about. It's like, damn, some of us don't feel well. Stress is the number one killer for we're dying because we're stressed out. We're tired. We're some of us are not getting, we're already past a certain age where we don't, we have lived more yesterdays than we'll have of tomorrows, right? That's where our life is. So it's best to embrace the moment. But I would tell you right now, to neglect your health for social media because you feel good when you're online and your life is falling apart is a very real thing. And some of us are living through social media. We have come to a point where you have people at these big ages. Some of these people have lived so much of their life. Let me use this example. I talked about somebody that brought up my kids, right? I'm like,
right.
Because this person isn't out doing all of these things. I understand it. So now you get online and you feel like somebody, okay, I could curse this person out. I could talk about these kids and say whatever. But when you look at them and you say something back, they're extremely sensitive. They fall apart. They're getting their validation through social media. So that's why I don't need to engage in these conversations because I am highly understanding. And y'all need to understand when I'm calling myself misunderstood, it's about time y'all knew. I'm not saying that I'm misunderstood. I understand a lot. I am misunderstood and other people misunderstand me. I'm highly intelligent. I'm not this person that I was painted out to be, but I was not in a position to speak out because as long as I was struggling with an addiction, it was blinding you guys from seeing who I was. And I was hiding. I was hiding behind the substance, right? You can't do that. You cannot be who you're supposed to be if you are addicted to something. If you are struggling with alcohol to the point where you are an alcoholic, you're going to put that over anything else. So you're not going to have successful relationships. Everything else is going to suffer until you take care of that thing that's poisoning your life. And y'all don't want to hear it. That is going to take over because the minute you become uncomfortable, the minute something doesn't seem right, you're going to go back to what makes you comfortable. And that's the alcohol. So when you see a person, y'all, I'm not only see words, and they're constantly in relationships and conflicts, now they're angry, it's because they refuse to deal with that thing that's messing up their life, that's affecting their ability to think and reason and to deal with other people. Same for me. I kept finding myself in the same situations again and again and again. Thank you for dropping your channel, Denaya. Denaya has a channel. I kept finding myself in the same situations and people are like, damn, she's going through that again. The reason why is because I refused to do the work to get sober. I kept having relapse after relapse and I kept going through the same thing. People in and out of my life, people saying the same shit about me, same story, different day, right? Different people, same stories, until I understood that I needed to get sober and clean, and I needed to deal with the pain, and I needed to deal with the childhood trauma. I needed to deal with all the things that was keeping me down, and stop letting these men hurt me. Stop letting these women come in and out of my life just to fight me and make. I had to stop all the nonsense. I had to look at myself and say, "That's it, that's it." And so that is a flex. Be proud of how far you have come. And when people bring up your past, look at them and say, I'm not there anymore. And those that want to constantly remind you of your past, leave them in your past. So they're comfortable with that person because you're no longer that person. You have overcome that. But people want to remind you, so you cannot see where you're supposed to go. You no longer focusing on your dreams because you're so busy defending yourself to every damn body. Forget those people and live your life. And I had to learn that. I had to learn it the hard way. I kept bumping my head and having to learn the same. You're gonna keep living that same lesson until you get it. All right. So you'll find yourself in the same situation. If you don't learn from the situations, if you don't grow from it, you're going to repeat it. You're going to keep re-traumatizing yourself. And sometimes we're comfortable with that trauma because you got people that's going to trauma bond with you. It's going to feel good. But the moment you decide to change and grow, a lot of people are going to leave you. And sometimes you have to walk by yourself.
You know what I am the most proud of you for? You took your channel back. And for those of y'all that don't understand, and Mr. Nissit would say the biggest frustration I had was the fact that everyone thought that it was okay to tell her how to run her channel. She has now taken her channel back. And that
this is our space. This is our space. Doesn't matter if I like you or not. Doesn't matter my personal feelings. This is our space. Denaya, I appreciate you saying that. The Galaxies, I didn't just come up with that name. Okay, there's a story behind the name that's kind of
yeah. How did you get the Galaxies? Let's talk about that part.
Now, I have to tell. Okay, I'm going to tell you what it means first. Y'all know what it means. So, the Galaxies. You notice that some of my moderators go in spaces, they moderate for people that I don't get along with, that's constantly talking about me. I don't care. Y'all go where y'all want to go. All right. It's supposed to be everything is included in the galaxy. I don't care what you call yourself. And it's all everyone is welcome here. We can speak about stuff. And my idea was to have a place where free thinkers, I don't know what I'm saying. Free thinkers, think about a galaxy. What's bigger than a galaxy, right? You guys go where you want to go. You guys, I don't need all of you in this space. I don't care if I get along with the person or not. You go wherever anybody can come over here, unless there's reasons why a few people can't. All right, they're forever blocked, but anybody can come over here. Now, when I came up with the idea, was I sober? Nope. Nope, I was not. So I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna call ourselves Galaxies. I don't think I was sober at the time, and it sounded like a really good idea. So the name really means a lot to me. I had this idea before I was even sober. I had an idea of having a space where anybody can come. We could talk, we could share, we could be transparent. And addiction is a global problem, right? So I wanted to create a name where everybody was welcome, no matter what they've been through and where they've come from. That's why people are like, oh, your moderator is moderating for somebody and she's blah, 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 talking shit about you. Oh, I don't care. What are they doing over here? So that's how I got the name. And y'all understand that? So I thought about what everybody else was calling themselves. We had the globe. We had a lot of things. And I was like, well, this is all inclusive. I call myself a galaxy. I create a sector since people want to say I'm not this sector. I'm not that sector. I'm an outsider. I create my own space and we can come over here. I'll never exploit y'all stories. I won't beg for you guys. Y'all want to see me a cash app? Send me a cash app. I appreciate y'all cash apps. I really appreciate the memberships because it lets me know that y'all rock with me. And I use that to, when I'm going out to reach people, I don't leave them empty handed. When I see somebody homeless and I'm interviewing them, I want to feed them. I don't just walk away. If they need money for something or they need a bus pass, I buy it. And I do that with y'all membership money. So don't think it's not being used. It's used for me to go out in the community. I appreciate it. When I go film, I got to buy equipment and stuff like that. So when you guys are members and stuff like that, that is the support. But I will never take advantage of you guys. If you have noticed, I do not ask for people. I don't, even in the thick of my addiction, I've never been one to ask other people for stuff. I'm a giver. But Galaxy represents the world. A global problem. Everybody's welcome, no matter what sector you're from. No matter if you're white, black, Asian, I don't care what you are. We all have a past. And I take care of myself. I don't need to do the content creator thing. I don't gotta beef for dollars. Okay. I that's why a lot of times when I'm the subject, you won't see me go live. I will go silent. I do not care who asked me to fire up a live stream. I'm not going to talk about something until I'm ready to talk about it, because I'm talking about a life experience. And for other people, it's just commentary. If it's public, you're going to talk about it, but I don't need to participate in it. So there's reasons why I would go quiet. And I never cared what other people said. I'm quiet for this reason. I'm afraid of this person. No, not everything is worth a conversation. And in this space, when I talk about something, it's for educational purposes, so we can look at it, or so I can rant, whatever. But this space is really special, and I don't need a crowd of people. My dream, if you guys remember, and I heard Clyde Diva say this in her live stream, and some people was messaging me about Clyde. I'm sorry, y'all, because she may have brought me up in a commentary. I'm usually in her class. I don't care. I understand Clyde. But she had said something. If I wanted a lot of people in my space, I would have a lot of people in my space. I know how to get people in my chat, and there's plenty of people that I can make commentary about. I choose not to. When I first came out here streaming, I was talking to 8 and 11 people, and some of you, 504 Girl is one, some of you have been on the phone with me when I said I miss my original chat. I don't care who comes to my channel, but my commentary has got to be authentic, and this space was created for people like me and others. You guys are my core audience. And we don't mind other people coming over here, but I have always got to be true to my audience. All right. And I used to miss that a lot. We don't need other people. We don't go out begging for stuff. We're not asking for anything. And we're very understanding. The people that come from that chat are very understanding. They're reasonable. They're free thinkers. Some of them do not agree with me. Some of them, I don't care. I'm usually listening to them. I'm like, okay, I don't want guest people around me. It's just a lot. So that's how the galaxy, when I hear people say we're a junkie sector or stuff like that, no, we're a real sector. We're very real. And mistakes and all, we own it. We take accountability for it, and we move on.
Absolutely.
Galaxies, y'all. Shit, I'm proud of that shit. I'm proud of it.
But like I said before, it's quality over quantity. It doesn't matter how many people are in this chat specifically. What matters is what you do offline. And the fact that you are speaking to at medical conventions, which we've talked about, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I got to speak to a lot of physicians when I was telling my story and I was sharing. Talking to Magic was like, okay. And they were overhearing. So I got invited to another one because the doctors themselves. So I won't be a speaker at the convention, but I was invited to be there. If they were to ask me questions, that's fine. But I was just happy for the invite to be around them, to be able to film it. I could stream it. I'll probably video it and not stream it. But I was invited to another one, and that one's, I can't remember the month. I had to look at the invitation, but it was just really special that they would want me amongst very intelligent people. And I'm just really grateful for the opportunity.
You're going to be doing those kind of speeches around the world very, very soon.
We'll see, girl. We'll see. But for now, we're going to work out all these outfits. Making sure I look the part. I mean, and stuff like that. You know, I have some dresses that I think will work. And there was a dress that I was going to wear. It's one of my favorite dresses from Max Maria. And then I have them. But then what I was going to wear, and I said, you know, this dress is too revealing. I can't be amongst these people. And I got the girls showing and shit like that. So I ended up going with the very basic. It was this dress. It was a classic dress. Okay, so I went and bought a dress real quick. But if you know anything about Dana Point, thank you, Darius. Dana Point is a really cool beach town. But if you're looking for a formal dress, you ain't gonna find it there. Okay, it's very laid back. So I had to go with this Tommy Hilfiger dress. It's cute. It was quaint. But so many people, they just loved it. But if I would not have worn that dress to, I told you guys I met that mentalist, the one that won America Got Talent. He's amazing. I have to put these videos out. I mean, amazing. And he was entertaining a bunch of physicians and stuff like that. I wore a very conservative dress. They all complimented me. The level of respect I got, I'm like, what? Something told me to buy another dress. So I do have this other dress that's really revealing and shit like that. We ain't going there. Y'all know that's not even my style. But I'm having fun, like learning these things along the way and being around a bunch of other people. It's just like, damn, they want to be around somebody that you just have to know your people, because one person will make you feel like trash and like you're worthless. And then you go to another group of people that celebrates you. So now I understand even more when these people, I think it was Lady Nika. I think it's Lady Nika that says it. And the people I mentioned, I support, all right? I wouldn't be mentioning them if I didn't. Whether we get along all the time or not, I support them, motherfuckers, okay? She would say, I think it was her, go where you are celebrated. I think that's one of her sayings or something like that. And I really understand it now. Because when I tell you that I can get beat up online and stuff like that, and I get off a line and these people are inviting me to their spaces and wanting to be around me, and they could see like me for who I am and not just an addiction, I find it really special. And these highly, highly educated people just loved being around me, talking to me, asking me for my YouTube channel. And when I go live and they send me an email about what it meant to them or their families, because remember I told you guys I met a lot of celebrity YouTubers and stuff like that. It just means a lot to me. I make the most, because YouTube is a business. When I'm speaking about things that matter to me, the sponsors, the donations, and those kind of things, that's how I know I'm hitting my audience, because they support me and they support me behind the scenes, and I appreciate it. When I'm beefing with them and stuff with other people, I don't make anything from that. Nothing. It doesn't benefit me, and it definitely doesn't grow my channel.
And that's what people don't realize, is that sponsors check your YouTube channel. You are building a digital footprint. Whenever you hit that live button, whenever you upload a video on here, people need to be very careful of what you post online, period. But especially on YouTube. Because if you can't Google yourself and be happy, you need to change some things, period.
You're right, Naya. Lisa is another one that says that. I remember that for the sauce put in the chat. I remember that from her channel. She says, go where you. That's right. She says a lot. Her Nightbot does drop that. I don't know how to use Nightbot and all that stuff, but Denia is right. And Denia will always tell me it's about quality people, not quantity and stuff like that. No, we good. Let me tell you guys something. I've had so many experiences on this app. When I started out, I loved just our late night chats. And at that time, I was doing more editing and I was working on other people's channel, not my channel. And I it's just been a lot before I even started. I started a platform to have a voice and not let other people speak for me or exploit my story or the things that I've been through. All right. And that's because of an experience that I went through. I wasn't even online like that. But, it's just been a lot. And I feel that we have come full circle. It's like, okay, I was in all this mess, all this drama. People got commentary for days. I don't need to give them anymore. We good. I love this. I feel good when I go live now and we can just chat. It does not mean I will not fire up a live stream and go off or curse somebody out. It doesn't mean that. But we got to get back on track to regular commentary.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with speaking up for yourself.
Oh, we good, sis. We good. But this person that they wanted to paint as a weak and fragile person, no, I had to wait. I had to get healthy. And I had to remember the things that I was going through so I can not go through those things again. We're good. But as far as being weak or anything like that, nothing weak about me. I think that it takes a lot of strength to say, hey, you know what? These things are making me sick. I need to change it. And that's what I did. And I'm not going to fall away from that. And there's times where, when I think about giving up, I think about how that would hurt my son and my family. And a lot of these people wanted me to hurt and wanted me to go through stuff. And they thought I was going to just give up, take my life and those kind of things. So they would have celebrated that.
Wow.
I'm not worried about what those people think about me now. You don't. It's weird when you go into a chat and you just got people attacking you just for being in a chat, or you're trying to address someone. You got a bunch of other people trying to jump on one person for speaking their mind, knowing good and damn well they were just spoken about, disrespected on a platform. But then I would say, hey, that's not cool, and I got a bunch of other people. Oh, she did this to that person years and years ago. Stop it. That shit is abnormal. Call it what it is. But
Precisely.
it's weird. It's weird. Other people act like they didn't see it. What did I do? Simply unsubscribe, go about my business. I haven't been back to those spaces. How long have I been on YouTube? I've been on YouTube since 2018. I've been in several sectors, and I still go back and visit, but I started my own sector for the reasons I just told you about. But 2018, before that, I was only doing editing and working on other people's channels and stuff like that. Yeah, I started my own channel in 2019. In 2018, I was just visiting other people in their channels. And it's been a long ride because I didn't understand that some people would meet you to take advantage of you, that people were not who they say they were online. And it was all just a hustle for a lot of people. I didn't really understand that because I'm not around that in my regular life. I don't meet people to take advantage of them. And I damn sure won't discredit something that you're saying. If something happened to you, you should speak out about it. And it's just been a lot. I went through a lot of experiences. And then speaking about addiction, where I thought I was helping people, I didn't realize that it would make me a target for a lot of people. And I'm just speaking very real to you. I'm not saying to feel sorry for me, but I'm saying that coming out saying, hey, I'm addicted, I'm trying to get sober, and people are like, oh, I want to help you. Next thing you know, they're making panel after panel about me when I'm the one that's sick. I'm the one. And people were flocking to me. I didn't understand that, but I got through it. And even when I should have known better, just living so recklessly, just thinking everything's going to be okay. And I would just go and turn to a substance instead of turning to God. Just like, I didn't want to get corny on you. But yeah, really, instead of turning to God to heal my pain, I went back to the familiar substance that was killing me, that was helping me make these bad decisions. It took a while to realize all that. But within those 3 years, I can say that it helped me get sober. It helped me find, develop a personal relationship with God, because I could not have done it on my own, and start to heal from some of the pain that I've had and some of the trauma. All right. And it's not for you to feel sorry for me. I'm saying that I overcame a lot of stuff, and so can you. Absolutely. You learn from what you go through. That's right, Lisa. You learn from what you go through. So this is not a poor me story. This is while I'm here, and now I'm strong enough to where, you cross me, you disrespect me, and you overstep your boundaries. I don't care what you have to think about how I defend myself. I'm going to defend myself the way that I need to. And if you don't like it, then you shouldn't have crossed me. You shouldn't have. And I'm not saying I'm talking about such a high level of disrespect, and to a point where I'm like, hey, that's not cool.
It's always interesting how people will miss what was said, but they always catch the response.
It's a game. You want to invalidate somebody else. You want to try to, it's the gaslighting, cyber stalking, once you're over a certain age, it's called cyber stalking, not cyberbullying. I think it's cyberbullying when you're like under 12 or something like that. I can't remember. Teenagers, whatever. But when you're older, it's a whole level. And with the internet, normally you do it, bullying and stuff like that. You can walk away from that person online. It's just a whole different beast. And you see the same people talked about all the time as if they're these horrible people. It doesn't matter what the other person have done in their life or how they treat their kids, whatever. They want to judge and make commentary about another person. It's just for commentary. That's it. It's not because they always have to hide it under this moral guise, right? Under this, oh, well, this person is a bad person or blah, blah, blah. As if they don't have things in their own life.
Right.
It's just commentary. The only reason you see the same people being talked about again and again, they become trending, it's profitable. These platforms are highly profitable, and some people draw in a dollar by talking about them. And when you see the response, cash apps and all that, that person is brought up again and again, and it has nothing to do with morality. Because if it had anything to do with morality, the person that's talking, you see, they don't want to talk about their life. They want to, if you mention them, they're going to say you're in their business. They can't handle it, but they want you to accept it. They want you to, they want to make it seem like the other person is begging for attention. They want to make it, good night, Darius. They want to make it seem like this person deserves, they like it. They're asking for attention. No. You're bringing up that person because you profit off of bringing them up, their pain, trying to shame them, trying to bring out the worst in that person. Okay? And a lot of us are good people that's talked about a lot on these platforms. The worst thing for a lot of these people that was in my life was for me to become sober, because then I could see straight through their BS. That was the worst thing for some people, and that's why, you know, they want you to think that I'm this bad person. They want to bring up my past and all that stuff and overlook what has been done to me or how we both play a part in stuff, because it's important for some of these people that bring me up all the time, for their audiences to see me as a bad person so they can somehow look better. Their mistakes and flaws are overlooked as they want to focus on other people. And I say, who's the ones that's really playing victim? I don't come out here talking about myself. You'll see me defending myself when things get uncomfortable. But it's not just me. It's a lot of people. The same people are talked about again and again and scrutinized.
Oh, absolutely. Believe me.
It's just the same. It's just the same people. But I said a lot. I ain't trying to preach to y'all. I'm just saying that let me see. I'm almost at 2 hours. I'm just trying to say that I celebrate you guys, and it feels really good that we are on the same page now. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're hurt if I'm saying something to you. I just feel that now I can really talk and we can share, and it's equal. Okay, it's equal.
Like I said it before, and I'll say it again. You've taken your channel back.
That's right. And I will support you guys. I mean, Lisa makes commentary. I haven't been to her chat for a while. I don't know why, but I used to. I guess until we had our disagreements. And Denaya doesn't go live that lot, but I'm glad she's dropping her channel because she do podcasts. I still will be in the clouds supporting other people. I support those. I support those that support me. I've avoided spaces where I don't drop down because I'm not trying to battle. I don't drop down a lot because I had to protect my peace. I refuse to walk around here all stressed out and miserable. I'd rather just log off. I honestly, I just turn this shit off now. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah,
you have to, you log off when things become stressful and it's no longer enjoyable for me to share and that kind of stuff. I can do uploads all day. Uploads is honestly where it is. You want to grow your channel, so we're good. But I come live to speak to the few that can relate, and everything else is just not. And there's no anger or hard feelings towards anyone, but there has truly just been a lot of growth within the last couple of years. And I feel that everybody should be celebrated when they decide to change their life, not just a few or whatever. As a community, it's, we should celebrate each other's successes and not just celebrate when they're not doing well. Because a lot of people were celebrating when I wasn't doing well and stuff like that. And now I'm just doing so much better. I feel good. My kids love me. And my mom's proud of me, and everybody it's just good. And I'm looking forward to 3 years in sobriety.
I'm going to challenge you this. Mm-hmm. So I want you to make a video every day until your 3rd year to document your journey. So on your 3rd year, when you're speaking at whatever event in whatever country, you can go back and look at this date and say, this is where my new life began.
Wait a minute, but I don't have to post it, right? So you mean like a video diary?
You don't have to.
It's okay, good. No, like, damn, you asking for a lot. You asking me for 300.
It's up to you if you want to, but I'm just saying, just make them. If you want to post them, you can, and take your audience along with you. But if not, just do it for yourself.
You know what, Denaya? Whether it's a YouTube short or I can do that. I can do that. I have no problem with that. I'm an editing queen. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I like telling the story. Y'all remember when I first used to do live streams? not live streams, I'm sorry, uploads. Some of y'all didn't understand it. I would do montages, so I would tell a story through videos and not videos, I'm sorry, pictures and things like that. I try to make my messages more simple and clear now, but in the beginning, I wasn't able to talk about some of the things. So if you look at some of my older videos, I was telling a story. So if you look back a couple years ago, my editing style is a lot different because in those times it was just very abstract. And I was trying to say like, hey, this is what it's like. And then y'all remember my services that I might, owning these services. And I have a lot of things that I could share with you guys. What was it like? I mean, things that I thought was a great idea, the businesses that I've owned, how important finances are to me, passive incomes and stuff like that. I have a lot of things that I could share with you guys. All right. Despite all the nonsense, I have a lot of things to share with you besides addiction and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Y'all pick my brain. All right. There's a lot of things that I have done that I'm like, I had to do it that way because I struggle with mental health illnesses. I had to find a way to survive and make an income and do well. People think that, oh, I got with my child's father and I made it. No, I've already had a place. I already had vehicle. Like my child's father would not have been interested in me if I came with my hands out and stuff like that. So some people don't realize how much experience in life I have. I had to make a way. I have the anxiety. I have a dissociative disorder that's really complicated to understand. My brain works differently. I have an extremely high IQ and I've been able to make it. But to paint me as somebody who don't understand, who's not intelligent, y'all wrong. You guys are wrong, all right? I went through a lot. And some of you go through a lot and you don't understand it, but it's really important to not seek validation from other people, all right? Because they don't understand your value. And when you constantly see yourself in the same situations, you got to know who's for you. And let go of those toxic relationships. It could be family, it could be your best friend, it could be whatever. But if something is toxic in your life, I don't care if it's a drug or a person, it's going to harm you and you're not going to reach your fullest potential. And I think that I really had to learn how to walk away from people, not be a people pleaser and all of that stuff. And I had to start working on misunderstood. I'm going to do something, and I won't be going live too much. I will make an announcement on Wednesday. What time, Lisa? What time will you be going live? I don't know. I'll try to see Wednesday. Am I going to work on Wednesday? No, we're going to stay home. We're going to go to a dance class. Okay.
Nice.
Denial, but you are another person. I mean, when I listened to you and I was in your podcast, let's see. 2 hours. Okay, we're going to do our final thoughts basically. 6:30. So let's flip my time. 6:30 Eastern. 3:30 my time?
Yeah, 6:30. Yep.
Maybe I will take my ass to work. I'm gonna get fired, y'all.
Dude, don't you dare.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. I just wanted the experience of what this shit was like. But I'm liking my job. Anyways, you deny it. I remember when I was in her chat. She has, they speak about topics, and there's a lot of people that's covering subjects. There's so much shit happening in the world, and I remember the times I have caught you live a few times. I'm just like, wow. You are a person and you don't really care. I mean, you're unapologetically yourself and you're strong.
I think the biggest thing when it comes to what I do with my live streams is that because I know that sometimes I'm gonna take them and just put them on air, depending on what the topic is, right? I think, but the biggest thing for me has always been to speak my mind and be honest.
That's right.
I think a lot of people, try to front when they're online, and I've never been that person ever. I've been doing things online for a minute. I was on Blog Talk for 14 years, and now we have our own app. And now I have my show on Thursdays. That show on Thursday is literally, that's all me, that entire day. So I have the interviews that play,
cool.
but then we have the music. Like this week we have Jennifer Hudson. We're going to be giving flowers to. I'm super excited about that. She has an EGOT, so that's super dope to be able to celebrate her. Then next week we're gonna start having segments from Tiny Desk concert. So I'm super excited about that. We also have a segment right now where we have TikTok viral, so we have music from TikTok artists, all that kind of fun stuff. But
awesome.
yeah, so we have some really, really dope things that are coming on. So I'll make sure that you get the You get the I think I sent you the link, but if not, I'll make sure I send you the links. You can check it out on
Yeah, girl,
Thursday
you know,
all
I
day.
mean, I've been, I don't know what it's like. How are people balancing this work and cooking stuff and all? I guess I gotta stop taking these days off. This is my newest struggle. Okay, how do I now live life normal? So I'm like, okay, I gotta stop taking these mental health days and these vacations. All right. Damn, getting sober was probably the easiest part. Now it's life. The fuck? So work, come home, cook, still have time for myself. This shit is difficult. Be able to work out and things like that. Um, Check out your podcast, be supportive over other people. So yes, I will send me that link again. And remind
Absolutely.
me to share it. Remind me to share. If you want me to share it, I don't want to just share y'all stuff because I get a lot of
Yeah,
trolls. But
definitely. Because we have,
you,
yeah, because our station, we have partnerships with a bunch of companies. We just got partnered with Target. So, yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, I'll share that out. Let's do
Mhm.
final thoughts, girl.
The final thoughts is you are amazing, and I am so proud of you, and I cannot wait to celebrate year 3. Hopefully, we can do that in person. You know, just the way that you have transformed is an example for those who are struggling with addiction. You can do this. All you need is a support system. That's what is going to help you to thrive.
That's awesome, sis. And Denia's link, let me see if I can find it, is in the chat. You guys show her support. I Oh, here it is. Show her support. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you hanging in there because it has been a rocky road. And I know some of you are like, damn, we got to go through this again. I get it. I get it. And sometimes when I'm like, okay, this is happening, or somebody will tell me, you guys tell me to ignore it. Y'all know good and damn well. That shit's going to sit with me. I'm going to fire up a live stream if I'm feeling the need to. But I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me and understanding. And I know that it's been a lot. So I appreciate you so much. I really do.
I appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Have an amazing night or have an amazing day wherever you are in the world.
Big hugs.
Big hugs.
Oh my God, you guys. It has been an emotional day. And I was going to I reached out to Buddy Lee, and I was gonna have a celebration. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that real quick. Buddy Lee, I have a special love for the Black sector because, and I have been going back. They have a lot of things going on right there that they're actually dealing with a serious thing. I've been in their clouds, I know, but I'm not covering sectors anymore. All right, maybe on Sundays. Anyways, my point with Buddy Lee, I was gonna have a celebration, and shout out to him because he agreed. He said he got me. The reason why I didn't reach back out, which he was going to do it, is because I was so nervous about the 2 years. Because what I've been finding through these milestones is that I have been depressed each time. I'm just talking to you guys, just real. Each time I said the 3 months and the 6 months and year, I start to get depressed because I don't know what it is about me, and I noticed that, and it was no different this time. I as I'm feeling better now, but as I started to approach the second year, I got really depressed, and I realized that those are also high relapse days because sometimes we want to celebrate or we feel like we've got it and nobody's going to know. So I didn't reach back out to him. Maybe later, I mean, if I could have him come, we could play music and have fun. But do you guys understand what I'm saying? I wanted to just talk to you guys about some of the things I've overcome, some of the things I've been through. I'm still here. But I didn't want to do that live stream yet. I will probably reach out to him later. We can play around and have music. But I wanted to get past those. It's not a craving. It's like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, you gotta be careful with some of the milestones and celebrations because they can also be high relapse days, and I have to recognize that. Most importantly, that's something that's important to me. I have to know my triggers, and each milestone has also been a trigger that I didn't really talk to you guys about because I didn't feel like hearing people say that I was using or I look high. I didn't feel like any of that nonsense. I needed to get past my 2 year mark. So here I am sitting at 2 years. I feel okay. I just have to really protect my peace and my space. But I do appreciate him for saying, you know what, I'll come and celebrate with you. So you guys, those things do mean a lot. So let me get past some of this stuff first. And we're only going forward. And my final thought is that I really appreciate you guys. And I don't mind being transparent with you guys. I don't mind sharing with you all, but I'm not going to let other people distract me. I'm not saying I'm not going to fire up a live stream or talk about what's happening in other sectors and stuff like that. When it comes to me and me being involved in that kind of commentary, nah, we've been through enough stuff. Now it's just, nah, we're done with that kind of stuff. All right, we have to grow, we have to move forward, and we need to speak to people. We need to just speak to whomever, and I'm here for you guys. I'm here for my subscribers and my supporters, and I guess I'm at a loss for words because I never really thought this day was gonna come. When I was counting down, and when I hit the year, I was like, oh shit. Right, and then I challenged myself to a second year. I think about all the BS, the fights and stuff like that, and I'm not going to spend my life. I did not come out of an addiction to be fighting with people about what they think about me. Oh, she did this and she did that. I didn't come here to be judged and condemned by these people. We all deserve another chance. If you decide to change your life, then that's it. That's all. Change your life unapologetically. We cover out loud. I see you guys. I support you guys, whether we fought or not. I appreciate the support. You support me and I support you back. That's why I don't mind. Lisa and I spoke today. You guys dropped the link to her chat. I'm fine with that because we have an actual history. We have a relationship. The ones that I do not, I keep telling you guys, I do not beef with people that I don't have a relationship with. That's a fake beef. When people are mad at me and, misunderstood, I might fire up a live stream and address it once. That's just commentary. But the ones that I've been on the phone with or interacted with, I have a relationship with these people. So there is no hard feelings. We're going to fall out. Sometimes we may disagree, but at the end of the day, we support each other. Lisa, I support my sis. I love my sis. And I love all of you. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. I'm not the most eloquent, well-spoken person, but I hope y'all get my point. I am not a victim, all right? And I can speak for myself and tell my own story. Don't let anybody else tell your story. Own your story, because your story is going to validate somebody else. I'm extremely happy. What you see in my pictures is not, oh, this person that's nice looking. From the inside, I'm a good person. I love you guys, and you see that coming from me. All right, I support people, and that's a strength. And sobriety is a strength. And anytime you take what has been killing you, harming you, causing you to make bad decisions, you take that out of your life and you start changing and living your life. Celebrate that, and don't let people tell you otherwise. I don't care if you have a past. I don't care if you have a record. I don't give a damn. If you are still here, you're still able to change. Okay, you stand up for yourself and you live your life unapologetically, and don't let people make you feel ashamed about your past, because the only difference between you and these people is that you are transparent and people can see what you've gone through. And the only difference is that people don't know about their past and what they've gone through. So don't let people judge you. In this group thinking thing, how do we get to these big ages and we need validation from everybody else? Who gives a damn? If you have a relationship with somebody else and they haven't done anything to you, judge that person for yourself, because you might be the only person that can reach that person. That's why I say my enemies are not your enemies. Okay? You go where you want to go, because we're galaxies, damn it. We go wherever we want to go, and we are free thinkers. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all on the YouTube streets. Denaya, thank you for coming up and hanging out with me. And I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Feel free to like, comment, and share. I read all my comments. Big hugs. On that note, I'm going to bed so I can go to work in a few hours. Bye-bye.